Okay, this is a 2004 Toyota Avalon, and we're gonna do the struts, brakes, and rotors. But to get to the struts, you need to take apart the back seat. So it's pretty simple. Just put your hand underneath the back seat here, pop it up, and it's held in by a clip here and a clip over there, and it should just pop right up. The back seat, there are 4 bolts. There's one right here, and one right there, and then 2 more over there. Undo those, then the back seat will be loose, and just sort of push up, sort of straight up, because it's being held also up top by these clips here, and so it'll eventually pop out of those, and then the whole back seat will come out. Of course, move the seat belts out of the way, but they can stay in place. These can anyway. And that's it for that, and then we'll go to the struts. Before I get going, I'm going to tell you the torquing specs. So the top 3 are going to be 29 foot-pounds, and you put those back in there. The sway bar end links are also going to be 29 pounds, and then the camber bolts, which are these, there's one here and there's a bigger one down here, those are 133 foot-pounds. The rest, you know, like when you take this off, just snug it up. So 29 here, 29 up there, and then 133 for these 2 big ones. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take off the sway bar end link, which if it doesn't come loose, you can put a Allen wrench in there, but probably will come loose. Then all the connector ones, like the ones that hold the brake line, the ABS sensor, so those are just little bolts come out. Then the 2 big ones here, and so that'll be it for the bottom. Then once those are all out, then we'll go up top and loosen those 3, and have one hand here holding it while you loosen the 3, maybe have someone help, and then this whole thing will drop out. So shouldn't take more than a few minutes to get all these out. And just so you know, the front is basically the same as this, except the front you can just get to those top 3 bolts right in the engine bay, so it's a little bit easier, but the front is essentially the same as the back. Now with the brake caliper hanging up, and the next, when you take off these couple other bolts, these it's probably best to have an impact gun because they're on there pretty tight. So there's those 2, but the rest will all come off just by your hand. Okay, everything is taken out here. Now we're just gonna take out the 3 up top, and as soon as those come loose, this will drop, and I'll just take it out this way. And then the new one will obviously go in the exact same way. Okay, I think the best way to do this is you get the top 3 just hand tight up on the inside. That way it's suspended, and then you reattach everything down here. Then just get these then finger tight, then tighten those 3 back up all the way, then go back and tighten up everything down here. So just finger tight up there, finger tight down here, retighten all the way up there, and then retighten these all the way. And then you obviously got to put the brake caliper on and put the rotor back on there as well. Okay, so now the new strut's in there, everything's all tightened up. Now we've got the new rotor on here, putting the new brake pads on. So we'll just put the brake caliper back on here. Obviously C-clamp it to get it to fit over, and then put the wheel on and you're done. So pretty simple job. And again, like I said, the front is basically the same, but it's just easier to access the top 3 bolts on the strut, whereas here it's a little bit the extra step of taking out the seats. And that's it. Okay, the slider pin on the bottom, we found there's a rubber boot that goes over the top of it, but if you have this on there on the slider pin when you're trying to put it in the bottom, it won't fit. So just push that in first into the slider, then take the pin, put it in there, and it'll seat itself. Otherwise it won't go in. So last little tip there.